Welcome to Fireside Chats with Steph and Callie. Callie, what would you like to talk about? I'm over this!
Alright. RVing in Indiana in December. Why are we doing this? If you guys have been following along with our adventures, you'll know that we are in Indiana. It is December now. We've been here since July, so we've seen hot temperatures, and now we've seen very cold temperatures.
Remember in July, and I was like, how are we gonna do this? It's really hot out here.
You're gonna go inside and
Let's go inside.
Yeah.
It's so hot.
And then remember last week when you were like, it's so cold.
I don't think it said it like that. I think I was more like, it's so cold.
So we are mooch-docking at Steph's parents. If you guys are unfamiliar with the term mooch-docking, it's really not my favorite term, but it's boondocking with benefits.
It's a good way to phrase it. I've never thought about it like that.
So we are parked in their driveway. We have water and electric, kind of sewage. We've been using a macerator pump, which has been its own little adventure to empty out our black tank. What's a macerator pump, Steph?
I can think of very vivid ways to describe it, but it decreases the size and consistency of your black tank contents to fit through a smaller hose. Well, this is very not disgusting, right?
Yeah.
It's basically a blender for your poop.
That actually sounds maybe more disgusting than what it really is.
The blender for your poop?
Yeah.
So we have normal water and normal electric, but we don't really have the normal stinky slinky sort of sewage. It has to go on the other side of the pole barn. And to get it there we have to use a garden hose, which garden hose is about this big, and the contents of your black tank are often not only this big.
It's worked out pretty well for us, no complaints.
What is it, like a 50-foot hose probably?
Yeah, probably. So, anyway, our current setup is pretty good.
We have never winter RV'd, and I mean, I guess I should be fair and say this isn't winter RVing. It is.
It's been very mild so far.
But if you guys have ever truly winter RV'd with like feet of snow and just like terrible cold weather all the time, like, I admire you.
Yes, props to you guys for doing that.
It snowed once since we've been here so far.
Just one time. And we've had a pretty mild winter so far.
No,
so
don't say it out loud.
Fingers crossed.
We still have like a month here, so jolly good. Who knows what that month's gonna be like. But Indiana weather is very moody, so just last week we had temperatures down to about 15 degrees.
And
the water froze. Woke up this morning, went to turn on the water, and that's what happened. So yeah, I'm gonna venture outside and see if I can figure out what happened. All right, let's see. Hopefully not, but let's unscrew the filter and see. Not the filter. I mentioned I hate the cold. I really don't like the cold. I can see my breath. Well shoot. Well, we froze your spigot then.
It must be frozen here.
Okay.
It must be frozen there.
Is there an off inside? Oh, right there.
I can shut it off inside. Yeah, it's probably froze right here.
I'm sorry. Water manifold for the pole barn. I'm just gonna turn off both the spigots and then try to figure out if I broke my parents' plumbing. I think Barbara. That was the culprit. Running water! So, filter didn't freeze, hose didn't freeze, camper didn't freeze, spigot froze.
our camper has a 4-season package, and we couldn't really find any like pinpoint information as to exactly what that means. The bottom is covered, and I believe that there is a heated underbelly that goes off your furnace. So when you're running your furnace, heat actually goes down into this kind of box that they've created underneath to keep your pipes from freezing. but we didn't have the temperature turned up high enough for the furnace. And that's on me. That's why Steph's looking like this right now. That's on me. It was set a little bit low.
What do you guys think is a normal propane furnace temperature?
What do you guys set your propane furnace at?
Because I feel
Let me
like
know.
most couples, there's usually one that's always cold and one that's always hot. And so ours had been set at, what was the thermos of heat?
The thermostat?
What was the thermostat set at before everything froze?
62?
Be honest. Usually 60 to 62. And we do at nighttime have like a heated blanket, thank goodness, which I would crank and stay warm, and obviously didn't get up for anything in the middle of the night.
That's on me.
But now we don't keep it that cold.
So we set it at 68. We actually let the camper sit for several hours to get warmed back up, and it seems to have done the trick.
Yeah.
We did have it froze at the spigot actually, which was the initial issue, I think. And now we've, Steph and my father-in-law, thank you Mike for helping her out. He wrapped it in heat tape, and Steph used some insulated tape to wrap it up, pool noodle. We did all the stuff to make sure that they did all the stuff.
Mike was gone.
From happening.
We thought that was the initial problem. Like my dad and I disassembled the entire filter. Our water filter is a Clear Source Ultra RV water filter.
And we've talked about that before. We love our filter, but
didn't freeze.
Didn't freeze.
I thought that's where it was. So yeah, I took apart all of that, took apart all the fittings that Mike had put together, took apart the hose, and we're like, what about the spigot? Because I thought I had checked that first. Turns out I didn't check it well enough. So we got all that fixed, and we're like, okay, we got water. Came in, we had water, except I went to turn on the hot water.
No hot water.
No hot water. And then no water in the bathroom. This is really weird. We had water in the kitchen sink, no hot water though, and no water at all in the bathroom.
This bathroom sink isn't working at all, and we only have cold water on the kitchen sink and the shower. And I found a thing on their Facebook group, on Grand Design's Facebook group, and somebody was having the exact same issue.
All right. Moment of truth. We cranked the heat. We left. We got some food, because when all else fails, just get something in your belly.
When all else fails, get Mexican food.
Mexican food. Chips and salsa for the win. All right. Wait. Okay. Shut up.
So, that's been our issues so far. It seems like everything's been better. Of course, it hasn't been as cold since then
Today
either.
it's like 60 degrees.
Yeah.
Indiana weather is moody.
It's very moody. Today's super nice. We're hoping to not have that issue in the future, but yeah, stuff does happen in the winter.
Take this as more of a what not to do video too, because
there you go.
we know what we needed to do to prevent this from probably ever happening. We needed to skirt the camper, but we talked about it at length. We still talk about it like once a week, I feel like, and we have decided basically we are not going to.
It's just expensive. We don't want to do it the cheap way either, which would be to put hay bales around it, or some people use like styrofoam insulation, stuff like that. But we didn't want to do that.
We didn't want to waste all that plastic and styrofoam, because honestly, if I have my way, if we have our way, we probably won't winter RV ever again.
Yeah.
Unless, like, we've had our water freeze twice, both times in Texas of all places.
Of all places, and because of the wind.
Yeah, because of the wind, which skirting would definitely prevent. But hopefully we are in a warmer place again next winter.
Yeah, we can be snowbirds again next winter, so. Hopefully.
Gotta figure out where we're going in a month or so, I guess. But probably to warmer weather.
So yes, we're in Indiana. That's our current setup. Not ideal, not terrible. Turn the thermostat up, and we're hoping for mild weather for the rest of the winter. And if not, then we'll deal with it.
Yeah. We'll just reroute our plans. That being said, about the thermostat being set higher, thank you. Thank you for setting the thermostat higher. But we are going through a lot of propane.
Our preventative measures so far have been a heated hose. We actually had to upgrade and got a 50-foot Camco heated hose. Now Steph has wrapped the spigot to make sure that it doesn't freeze. In the pass-through, I've insulated a little bit on the door. On ours, it's an old style lock, so it actually holds it to the frame. And I've actually noticed that if I lock it, it helps seal it a little bit better. So I've started doing that, and then I have some insulation just right inside there, and also wrapping the water filter to make sure that it doesn't freeze as well. So we mentioned that we don't have full hookups. We've been able to drip our gray tank into that flush valve, but now that it's colder, I have been closing all those valves to make sure that it doesn't freeze. And I've actually been putting that hose inside that we use to drip the gray tank to make sure that it doesn't freeze as well. And fortunately, there again, it's been pretty mild, but I have had to put it inside a few times.
I really feel like we're gonna jinx ourselves. We still have like a month here.
Yeah, knock on wood, hoping for good weather. But just so you guys know, that's our current setup. And we're not set up really well for winter, but we're set up pretty well so far, so. But here's our whole gaggle of 20-pounders.
I think we should name them all.
Yeah.
Callie, do you like the cold weather?
Dun, 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 dun. On
That's
today's
our
episode.
What am I? It's a tea kettle.
And that's how you have fun with your black tank.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, so much fun.